Welcome. It's been a couple of weeks. It's been a week, 2 weeks, some number of weeks since we last did one of these. I'm here with Ewan. Say hello, Ewan.
Hello, Ewan.
Right, so... Oh, this is the wrong league. So, we'll kick off with Division 1. Let's have a look at last week's results. Vampires. My God, these guys are doing obscenely well.
I know.
What, did you watch this?
I didn't. I watched a little bit of that at the end. The Black Parade as well as the Dark Elf team with that disgusting blitzer in it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a cracking result.
That is a really good result. So, how did they just... Let's see. How did that happen? Looks like they all struggled to get their guys back after KOs. Other than that, none of this looks particularly bad, really. And a decent array of dice, probably slightly on the better end.
Yeah, I mean, his bloodlust
look at those
about what
dice.
you'd expect.
Block dice for the Black Parade were a bit crap, actually. 20 skulls, 27 pushes.
Oh, that's yeah, no, that's not great.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's not great at all.
Looks like the Vamps didn't really roll many block dice. So, that's probably how that went down.
Yeah, and with only 5 skulls, you know, compared to 11 POWs and 11 stumbles, you're pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice result for those guys. They've got to be happy with that. I think they're like second in the league, so
they are. They're my next opponent, and I'm looking forward to that one. Possibly happening tonight, actually. So.
Well, unfortunately, with the timeless nature of YouTube videos, that'll be meaningless within 12 hours.
It will, won't it?
Yeah. Lolth's Buccaneers 1, Clan of Cthulhu 1. That's the Dark Elf off, isn't it?
Yep, that's a Dark Elf. One of many Dark Elves offs this season.
Yeah, they've got.
Pretty much cancelled each other out, didn't they?
Yeah, just butted heads. Cthulhu had slightly more possession, pretty much the same number of blocks. So, yeah, these stats are basically identical. I mean, to be fair, I suppose Gem's got to be pretty happy with that result because Dave Bowden is quite an experienced coach. And I think he went into it with a slightly stronger team, if memory serves. So, that's
you look
decent.
at the numbers as well. Like, if you look at when you look at Clan Cthulhu's numbers, they made a hell of a lot more attempts to do stuff, and it actually, it went really bad because you've got 50% catch rate on 6 attempted catches, and that's pretty bad, really, for any kind of elf.
Yeah, that could just be the ball pinging around, though.
True. No, you didn't watch the match, you don't know.
Mind, yeah. I think the real sort of stat there for Clan of Cthulhu is, again, 9 POWs. POWs with the lowest rolled die, which is pretty sucky. Whereas Lolth's Buccaneers, 9 skulls, so it looks like they had the better dice. So I would say, judging purely by the stats, I would say Clan of Cthulhu have got to be pretty happy with that.
Yep.
Because it looks like they overcame the worst dice, and they had probably the slightly weaker team. Rejected Swimsuit Models 2, Nico's Flying Circus 0. That's a really good result for the Norse. Look at that runner. That run is disgusting.
It's disgusting. It is disgusting.
Yeah, that's pretty foul. Although, Flying Circus got a level up there on a lineman, which is pretty nice. So, what went wrong for Fritsch?
Well, I mean, it's the age-old thing with Kislev, isn't it? You look at his stats. I mean, his leap's pretty much what it is. It's a few failed catches.
14 leaps. My God, that's a lot of leaps.
That's less than one a turn.
Yeah, but surely you don't want to be making leaps unless you have to, right?
Yeah, but also you can, if you're leaping with your catches, it's a much higher success rate. I mean, 14 leaps, yeah, you're probably in a bad position to be making that many, but it's not a ludicrous amount.
Fair enough. I'll take your word for it, I guess.
I mean, it depends on how many go wrong, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, looks like he didn't have much luck on the catch-in.
No, your catching stats pretty bad.
Everything else is about standard.
I mean, his block dice are fine.
The Norse block dice are
pretty nasty.
Yeah. 33 pushes though, that kind of sucks. Yeah. Well, the Norse rolled quite a surprising number of dodgers, didn't they? 8 dodgers, and they didn't do too well on them.
No, but maybe Doomstick, because that's that runner again. It's got dodge. It's actually 3. It's a 1 in 9, isn't it, that it fails?
Yeah, I suppose.
And movement 8. You're gonna use it.
Either way, that's a good result for the Norse. Bad luck for the Kislev, but it looks like he didn't suffer any permanent injuries, so...
You can't be moaning too much.
No, I'm sure he did, though. RPG Starter Pack Nil, Dynamo Vostroya 3. Ah, this is you, right?
Yep.
So tell us how you overcame these Goliaths.
It turns out that they look bigger on camera.
All right. Okay.
They're easily broken, shall we say?
Wow, that was an SPP fest for you. Look at the state of that.
Yeah, I know.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. My last game was an SPP fest as well, so my team has sort of dramatically improved over the last few games.
That's nice.
It is nice. But yeah, basically, when you punch a goblin and you get a POW, the goblin tends not to come back.
Yeah, is that what happened then? Just got loads of removals?
That's it. I managed to get removals quite early. I mean, we block dice, favouring the POWs and things, but just managing to get rid of a few pieces, and then you can sort of bully them around when they're only strength 2. You can sort of force them to play where you want them to play.
MVP on a goblin that leveled up there. Right, well, yeah. Let's move on. Revendell Reavers 2, Cincinnati Binorks 1. That's a pretty good result for the.
That is a really good result.
Yeah. Although Sean's quite an experienced elf coach, so I'm not surprised that he won. What went wrong for the Orcs though? They rolled most of the blocking dice.
As you'd expect.
Yeah. Not particularly dreadful blocking dice. A lot of pushes, but that's to be expected.
I mean, he tried to make 10 dodges, so something's going on there.
That's not good. and that pickup stat. The thing is, like, with a lot of teams, you can fail a bunch of pickups, but with Orcs, failing a third of your pickups, that to me suggests that he had a bit of a rough time picking up the ball, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, his blocking dice aren't ridiculous. I mean, it's a really good result for the elves, especially considering I think that's his first win of the season, because he's had a pretty rough start.
Yeah, looks like he got to play the passing game. Look, he's succeeded 2 passes and 3 catches. So I'm guessing he just picked up the ball and lobbed it, which is basically what high elves do, isn't it? So
yeah, because he's got the lower ball possession, so that would make sense. It looks like he just managed to elf.
Yeah. Not a terrible result for the Orcs, though. They've got a level up on a blitzer. That's always nice. They've got a decent amount of SPP. I'd say nobody came out of that with a real...
particularly badly.
Loss. Yeah.
No, I think that's fair.
Done. Let's have a look at our last game. Midori no Shio 2, Russian Rotters 0. That's a pretty nice result for Midori no Shio, yeah.
Yeah, it's an excellent result, actually.
Looks like he pretty much bullied him. Look, 43% ball possession.
But you look at the blocks. 73 blocks succeeded to the Russian Rotters.
Yeah. Well, the Orcs hardly rolled any blocks. Look, most of the blocking dice are 10 or less. So, what happened?
Well, I watched Sam's Dice of the Week, and he did a double dodge through double tentacles at one point.
Really?
Yeah, and succeeded it. So, yeah, it just didn't go. I think the rolls just decided that the Nurgle aren't winning this.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Nurgle. Because
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's very unlucky. Ooh.
Yeah, all strength to the Orcs. I mean, yeah, all strength to the Orcs there, managing to basically out-elf some Nurgle.
Yeah. Well done. Well, that's a great result for them. Let's take a look at the state of their play in terms of teams. Russian Rotters. Well, he's taken everyone's advice and gotten another Pestigore, so that was a good idea.
Yeah, and that team's starting to look pretty nasty now. You've got 4 guard in there. Stand firm on your beast. That's really helpful.
Yeah.
You've got a dodging Pestigore with movement up. I mean, that's your ball sorted there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team's starting to look like it's difficult to move.
Looks like that Pestigore's one SPP, one touchdown away from a skill up. So, what are you thinking?
Yeah,
I'd probably give it extra arms so that it can pick up on
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah, that's fair. Extra arms or big hand if you're trying to go into tackle zones. But something like that's not going to hurt it. It's
Yeah.
going to start. It's going to start hogging all the SPP coming out of the games, but your front line's looking pretty healthy with the four warriors there, all with guard, all with block, 3 with guard.
Yeah. He's got
Yeah, that's
3
scary.
nobody rotters to just put on the line, hasn't he? As well.
That's
which
it.
is
Yeah,
nice.
you've got your sacrifice.
Yeah, pretty decent looking team. That no reason why they can't do well. Let's have a look at the Cincinnati Benhawks. Just came off a loss. Doesn't look like they lost too much out of that. Well, this is a pretty nice looking Orc team.
Yeah, you can't be moaning about all that guard, can you? And all that mighty blow. I mean, you just don't want to fight them.
No.
A movement up, agi up on a thrower.
Which is his blitzer that got the skill up? Is it
Preston
Brown or
was
Hardy
one-
Nicholson Jr.?
It was Harvey Nicholson Jr. Hardy
Oh,
Nicholson
okay.
Jr.
Well, there you go. He's got a mighty blow piece now on his blitzers, which is quite nice.
Well, he's got 3.
Yeah. So
And one with
that's, I mean,
tackle as well. So that's you wouldn't want to be the RPG starter pack playing them, would you?
exactly. Yeah. I mean, you can put on your drive, stick those 3 blitzers on the line next to each other, mighty blow,
Yeah.
tackle, just absolutely wreck people into that. In fact, those 3 blitzers there would make me reconsider receiving first, which is what I generally like to do. And so, if that's making me change my playstyle, then that's pretty good, right? From
Yeah,
his
that's fair
perspective.
enough. I would also probably want to be kicking to them first in the hope that I can maybe get rid of one of them.
Yeah, or you want them kicking to you. Dynamo Destroyer, what's changed?
I think I got a level up on one thing. I think, yeah, I got a level up on a lineman who rolled a double. Hence, he's now got guard as well. So got wrestle guard as well as block guard. And catcher got to level 5, so pass block because elves.
Nice. Yeah, you don't see pass block being taken very often.
I mean, with
That's
extra long
interesting.
legs and agi 4, it's
Yeah.
if I can get him into the clear, it's it's a 50-50 that he intercepts.
Yeah, that is
So
quite
with all the elves in this
nice.
league, it made sense.
Fair
Plus,
play.
I'd already got 3 skills on there. I couldn't really think of anything else that he needed.
Yeah. Well, that's looking disgusting. Let's have a look
On
at
that
St.
there.
Nico's Flying Circus. The other Kislev team with all the skill ups. What's happened to Dasher Duskov? He's just
I
on
believe he
MMG.
got stood on turn 16 by Max.
Oh, he's just not quite got enough to get another lineman, which he kind of needs, doesn't he, really? Because again, this ain't
does.
really a bad team at all. He's having a rough time of it, but this is not a bad team by
the
anyone's
problem-
standard.
The problem that he's got, I think, is that he got those stat ups early and he took all 3 of them. And you're not going to blame him, but that puts you behind on skills. And Kislev are basically rubbish humans, as me and Graham were talking about it, and they're rubbish humans. So they rely on you need to get skills to get them more reliable. And with the stat ups, yes, it makes them play better, but they're still unreliable. So
Still
it'll
no
come.
SPP on that tame bear as well.
no, that it's not nice. That.
Yeah, that sucks. He's had a rough time of it, but still, he's got his
Well, it's a new bear, I believe, because the last one died.
right. Well, there you go then. He's got his apothecary. He's got a low TV, which will work in his favour as well.
Yep, definitely. Sybil is a great pick because it just makes that front line so much more reliable, really, and then you can do your Kislevy stuff behind it.
Well, let's have a look at Clan of Cthulhu. So, one of the 2 teams that got a draw in the Dark Elf off. What's changed? Anything?
Nothing that
think
I'm
so.
aware of. I don't think so.
Yeah. Still, this is a great team.
It is.
A lot of dodge now. He's got his guard. Could do with probably handing off to that guard player or throwing a pass with him. Actually, get him leveled
Get him up.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
if
get the
throw
block
a
protect him.
pass with him, get a touchdown with this other blitzer, so that all of your blitzers are leveled up. You're starting to get a pretty throw a pass with this blitzer here. Like, I would be making vanity passes and handing off here in my next game if I can, because there's so many players here that are just on the verge of leveling.
I think that's fair to say. I think you'd be doing well to get those level ups, and they're really, really close. You're right there. Yeah, vanity passes everywhere.
Yeah, that could become pretty disgusting. He's got 170k in the bank as well. It's worth noting. So
yeah, so it's a lineman, isn't it? You're going to take, or would
I'd
you take
get a lineman, get a bit of extra
or would you take
chaff.
a runner?
I don't know. Does he need one?
Probably not actually. With that Agi 5.
What's the movement of a runner?
I think it's 7.
If it's 7, then there's not really much point.
Not worth it. What about an assassin? I mean, it's an underrated.
I like the assassin, but nobody else does, so I'm not going to suggest that I take one.
I like shadowing. I think shadowing is a great skill. But
problem with the assassin is that he uses up your blitzers. He doesn't get any SPP for taking people down, so he never levels up, and people just target him because it's annoying. So
well, from memory, you don't have to use stab, do you?
No, you don't. But why wouldn't you?
Because you've got a 2 dice block, and you'd rather have SPP than a failed attempt at cracking 10 plus armor.
I suppose, but then what's the point in getting an assassin? You might as well just do that with a lineman. It's cheaper.
Yeah, but it's like having leap, isn't it? It's the option. You don't necessarily need to use it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, like I said, I quite like the assassin, but I understand why there's a very strong argument against taking one and why no one ever takes
they are
one.
Situational. You certainly wouldn't want them on your starting team because the Blitzer and the Witch Elf are way better.
The models for them look cool, though, from Games Workshop. I'll give them that. Let's
well, that's it then.
Vamps. Yeah, there you go. That's it settled. Right. What is he doing right? Well, he's got 4 vampires, so that's why he's doing better than you, Jack. Yeah. There's not really much you can say about these, is there? I believe. I'll tell you what. That Count Mud Dauber, I believe, is currently the most violent player in the league, or like top of the league's most violent table, or something.
Oh well.
I was checking it earlier on the Spike website. He's something. he's got some sort of award, which surprised me.
Well, obviously, that's how he's got all the SPP.
Precisely.
He's not got Mighty Blow or anything, so he's not really built for killing.
He's gone for the let's build them all kind of the same way ethos of building vampires. There's that, and then there's the let's have 4 vampires and each of them has a different assigned role, and one of them's my passer, and one of them's my runner, and one of them's my blitzer, etc.
Where he's just made them really difficult to deal with. Having Blodge, Agi 4, Strength 4, they're difficult, aren't they?
Yeah, interesting that he took block first, because a lot of people will take dodge first, so that you don't have to splurge rerolls on failed dodges. Or, most importantly, so that you don't fail your bloodlust roll, have to use a reroll to succeed on that, and then fail your dodge roll.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I think, the block's got the same thing on it, though. If you think sort of when you're punching things, if that's making you more reliable that you're not going down or not turning over in that respect, it depends, I suppose, on the way you play. If you're dodging more, then dodge first. If you're wanting to punch more, which obviously he is if he's top of the most violent, block first.
Yeah. Either way, he's doing well, and it's a decent looking team. He's got all his key pieces there. And some cash to spare as well. Let's take a look at Loth's Buccaneers. So, another Dark Elf team. Oh, look, this one has got the runner. We can inspect it. Yeah. It gets access to everything except strength. That is actually quite nice, to be fair, I suppose, if you want to get some.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and what does it start with? Dump off? Weird. Okay.
Yeah. It's an odd skill.
Yeah. I suppose he had to spend some cash. He's got 150k in the bank.
It is a great skill, though, for gaining SPP, because you do get SPP for making passes with it.
Yeah. Ooh, shame about that niggle on the Witch Elf, but I think the other one, there's another. It's not the only Witch Elf with a niggle, is it? In this league, there's quite a few beaten up Witch Elves.
Well, they have got a massive target on the head.
Clan of Cthulhu has got one with a stat down, hasn't it?
No, it's a blitzer with a stat down, as we've just seen. But yeah, that niggle, but he does defend it quite well. I was trying to foul it our entire game when I played him, and he was making sure I didn't.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice looking team. Gone for the wrestle on the lineman, which is always handy.
Yeah, I'm a fan of wrestle.
Yeah, it is a good. It's an underappreciated skill for sure. Yeah, pretty
I mean,
nice.
it's not gonna level you up like block is, but it is gonna bring down that horrible block piece that's in your way.
He's got 150k there. What would you, if he's got to spend some money after this game? What would you be getting? Another runner?
You could go for the other runner. 2 passes isn't going to hurt you as an elf team. You know, we might even be saving for the 4th reroll, but you don't really need that for elves. You might even just go for the stadium upgrade and look to get in some helpful free inducements.
Yeah, not a bad shout actually.
You know, 12-man roster. They're fairly reliable. There's not a great deal of it's going to die there. It might be worth spending it there. I mean, he doesn't need to think about it till after the next game because he might end up with a few casualties and needing to make a few replacements. So, as happens to elves regularly.
True enough. Let's take a look at the swimsuit models. So, despite all being armor 7, more or less, these guys seem to be holding up.
Yeah, they're not dying, aren't they?
Yeah, he's doing all right. His Yeti is a few SPP off leveling.
Yeah, that guard on the lineman's big. That's a double, so that helps you.
Yeah, having 3 guard pieces on a Norse team is huge.
Yeah, I mean it's making up for the major failing that because you've got low strength and low armor really for a bashy team.
Yeah.
So it's just building yourself back up. But that runner.
Yeah, that runner's
that's
amazing.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that really is disgusting, especially with sidestep. That can be very annoying.
Yeah, sidestep, sure hands. It's picking up the ball every time. Even if you get in its way, dauntless.
Hey, look, he's got a thrower named after you.
Oh, where are we?
Leaping Ewan.
Oh well, then yes, he has got a thrower named after
I wonder
me.
if he'll take the opportunity to give it Leap if he can.
He has been threatening. He has been threatening. I believe he's in the Stunty Cup. He's got he's named a troll. He said that if the trolls roll a double, so it's me and Fritz. He's named them after, and if they do roll a double, they will be taking Leap.
Nice. All right, RPG starter pack. Let's see what they look like after that last game.
I didn't manage to do any serious damage.
Nope.
All MNGs.
Well, that's all right then. It looks like it was a crap game for him, but at least
survived.
Yeah, and again, we say this every week, but he's got some really nice pieces here. That Skaven throw is absolutely lovely.
Yeah, really, that Skaven throw is nice. I mean, you can't knock that troll. I mean, I know it's got a niggle, but claw and mighty blow and tentacles. It's horrible, especially against elves. Again, it's another piece that just holds you in place.
Yeah, so
a few niggles here and there, but nothing.
He's given a goblin horns. That was his MVP last game, so that's nice.
It makes sense. That's going to dodge into anything on a 3-up, and then it's 3 strength. You 1 dice the ball carrier.
Cage breaker. That's what you want.
It is indeed.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Best of luck to him. Let's have a look at the Reavers. High elves. So, what have we got here? What's changed is the better question. I don't know if anything has changed. It probably has. I've probably just not noticed it.
Yeah. You got a few dodge on pieces as you'd expect.
That's pretty nice.
Guard lineman. Yeah, that's going to help you. A few niggles here and there. Nothing ridiculous. 12-man roster. Apothecary 3 rerolls. It's looking pretty healthy, really. That's all you need.
Yeah, nothing really on the verge of leveling up, unfortunately, apart from that lineman. He's got.
Yeah.
I don't even. Would you be keeping that lineman? He's got a niggle. Yeah, he can't really afford to replace it, can he?
Can't really afford to replace it. Stick it on the line. Let somebody kill it.
Yeah. Yep, looking good. Let's take a look at Midori no Shio. See what these guys are up to. Wow, it's quite fashionable in this league to have an Agi4 Blitzer, isn't it? Look at an Agi4 Goblin as well. That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
He did
try and throw it last game.
That really gives him the 1-turn potentiality there, because if you can throw him, it's only a 3-up to stick the landing.
That's it.
Massive.
It gives you that option, doesn't it? And it doesn't necessarily mean you need to play with it, but having the option to do it, you can affect the way your opponent wants to play.
I'd be handing off to Hendrik Tui now. Get him a touchdown. Get
Yeah,
another tackle piece.
Yeah, this league, there's plenty of dodge going on. It's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
I think it's a fairly healthy roster. You've got block on 3 of your Black Hawks and Agi down. I mean, who cares?
Got a cheeky little dirty player there as well for the fouls. Always nice.
Yeah. I mean, he's got 2 players out on an MNG, but they'll come back. Kick piece and a thrower. So he could have a tough game next game, but he's going to come back fighting.
Lovely. Alright, and finally, the Black Parade. The most expensive Dark Elf team with his strength 5 blitzer. Look at that.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely foul. The fact that he started with block as well means it's like you're not even suffering any of the usual consequences of rolling strength up immediately.
Yeah, there's no consequences. I have been told by Max to tell everybody that if you kill it, or cause him to fire it by giving it a stat down, he will buy you a Mars bar.
Yeah, I'd just be using that exclusively for blitzers now. I think
you would, wouldn't you?
Run punch, run back behind into safety.
That's it. It's a big guy on a team that doesn't have one. It's horrible.
Yep, he's got a witch elf on the verge of leveling. He's got a blitzer on the verge of leveling. He's got a lineman on the verge of leveling as well. So next game could see some even more improvements.
It could indeed. I mean, one thing to say about having a strength 5 piece like that, though, it is a major focal point. So hopefully he doesn't sort of try and use that for everything. Because if you start using that one piece for everything, I think you're going to leave a lot of spaces behind and around it.
Yeah, definitely. He's also got a lot of cash in the bank as well, which he kind of needs to spend.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got nothing again. 13-man roster, there's nothing really he needs to buy, so maybe he's going for the stadium as well.
Yeah, perhaps. I guess we'll see. Well, let's take a quick look at the leaderboards. So, top of the table, you got to be happy about that, right?
Yeah, pretty pleased with that. Can't be moaning.
It's pretty much set you up for almost guaranteed playoff play now, because you could probably still lose the rest of your games and sneak into 8th or something after winning a third of them already, or a quarter of them.
Yeah, it's reasonable to say that I've got a fair chance of qualifying.
Yep, incredible that the Vampires are in second.
It is ridiculous. I mean, they have been excellent, but yeah, it's not the team you expect. I believe people have been saying they haven't yet self-destructed, so there will come a game when they just kill themselves.
Yeah.
Brutally, because that's what vampires do.
But the main thing to take from this is that no one's out of it. No one's really gotten battered. The team at the bottom of the league has only lost half their games.
And they've got 2 draws, so it's not like they're only 1 point behind 11.
All of these guys, yeah.
So, and 10.
Everyone's still in it. Everything's still to play for. Don't get salty, bitches. All right, let's take a look at next week's games. So, Rivendell Reavers, Black Parade, more elves, Black Parade.
That's your strength 5 team.
Yeah, I'm just seeing this. So we've got. So let's assume that he doesn't spend any money, just for the sake of it. So it's 1,790 TV versus 1,590. As things stand at the moment, he's giving the Reavers 200k in inducements.
Yeah, and I'd actually fancy the Reavers on this one. I think because he's got the skills in the right places. It's elf play. It's not about punching. It's about passing, and he's got the advantage there. Plus, he's got the 200k in inducements. It could get nasty.
Yeah, I think if the Dark Elves are going to win, they have to try not to play Elfie, don't they? Really, they're going to have to take the fight.
They've basically got to turn into orcs.
What they do have over the Reavers is that the Reavers have only got 11 players on their roster. No, they've got 12. But still, they outnumber them. They could just suck it up and get another lineman, embrace the bloat, and just try and get removals and outnumber them.
Yeah, you've got the Mighty Blow piece, you've got the Strength 5 piece, you've got Guard in there. It's fair to say that Dark Elf team is not really going to play like a Dark Elf team if it's going to win that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's going to have to fight.
I think I agree, though. I think the Reavers will probably take it.
Yeah.
Right, Midori no Shio, RPG starter pack. This one should be a no-brainer, right? Orcs.
I'd put that down as a draw.
Yeah? Why?
Just 1 turns. I think you'll one team will go ahead, the other team will just reply. With that one-turn potential on both teams.
I mean, Underworld aren't that great at one turns though. Like
No,
goblins and trolls are not the best. Are probably the worst ones for scoring one turners.
It's true, but I don't know. If something tells me he's going to draw that. He's done well actually. The Underworld. He's won more games than he should have done. In that he's actually.
I disagree. I think the Orcs will take it because they've got loads of tackle.
No, true, he has. Yeah. No, I'm going to stick with a draw.
Fair enough. Russian Rotters rejected swimsuit models. Again, on paper, the Norse have got. Well, first of all, let's take a look at the TV difference. So, rejected swimsuit models 1,660. Russian Rotters 1,590. So there's almost nothing in it there. The difference is just negligible to the point where it's not worth considering.
Basically a babe, isn't it?
Yeah. So you would expect in this situation the Nurgle to come out on top, probably, because
I would expect the Nurgle to come out.
Yeah, but the Norse has got some seriously nice pieces, and also they've got 40. Or they'll have 13 players going into this game, so they will outnumber them and block everywhere, which the Nurgle don't have on a lot of pieces. They've got about half their pieces have got block.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I suspect if he can keep the runner alive, if Max can keep that runner alive, he'll win on that. Just on that, because I don't think the Nurgle can really deal with that. However, if the Nurgle manage to get hold of that, it's game over.
Yeah. I mean, the Norse just can't dodge away or pass. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you can't pass versus Nurgle anyway, so.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, they won't be able to do either of those, so they'll have to rely on the fight.
Yeah, they'll have to rely on the fight and just positioning that runner to make the break for it. He can do it from fairly deep. As I say, I do think if he can keep that runner alive, he'll win it. If that runner goes down, he's done.
I think Norse as well, to be honest with you. But I wouldn't be surprised if I was wrong. Cincinnati Ben Orcs, Lorths, Buccaneers, Orcs, Dark Elves.
Seeing how well the Orcs fared against the last set of Elves, I'm going to give that to the Dark Elves.
So am I, yeah. They've just got a really good team, and Dave is more than capable of standing off the Orcs and not letting them fight.
Yeah, and there's only 200 TV in it. He's gonna. Yeah, I think that's got to go to the Dark Elves.
If Kenny's gonna win, he needs to not be drawn into making dodges and stuff like that.
He needs to be killing.
He needs to be fighting. He needs to gather around and throw fouls. He needs to not worry if he goes 1-0 down in the early game. Just
classic 2-1 grind punch stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the Dark Elves will probably take it. Vestroya versus Please Stop Sucking. Well, here it is, top of the table clash. I mean, you would expect you to win this, right?
I think that both teams have got a gimmick. There's a lot of shenanigans going on. It could go anywhere. I mean, hopefully I can win it, but my own experience of playing against...
Oh dear.
Give me a second, yeah. My own experience of playing against vampires is Jack, so... You know.
Right. Well...
I don't quite know where this could go. Hopefully, I mean, I'll put money on myself winning it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw.
Well, I think we all put money on you winning it. St. Nico's Flying Circus, Clan of Cthulhu. I mean... Oh, this is a bottom of the table clash, isn't it? It is, the winner of this. So both of these guys really, really want to win this to get their.
Yeah, this is it's your first of the season 6 pointers, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this one's a tough one because Clan of Cthulhu. There's no wrong with this team at all. Like that does not look like a team that is bottom of the table at all. Yeah. St. Nico's Flying Circus. There's nothing wrong with this team either, but he's got a lot of stat ops.
Yeah,
he's going to be without his catcher.
He's taking a loner into the next game.
Yeah, I think that if he's going to win this, he's going to need to protect that catcher, isn't he? That catcher needs to put the work in. Agi 5.
Agi 5 catcher's got to put the work in. Got to use that strength 4 blitzer. I mean, he's got the tools to win it, but you know.
I don't think he will though, because he tilts too easily. Fritch, if
He
you're
does.
watching
He
this,
tilts
don't
too easily.
tilt when you go down. There's no
Yeah, I
reason
was
why you
going to
can't
say,
win this game.
if he takes his time, if he thinks about his actions, if he doesn't let it get to him, because the elves, they're going to score against you. It's what they do. If you take your time with your actions, it's winnable.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to give it to the Dark Elves,
Yeah,
because
I expect
they're
them
really
to win
horrible
this.
to play. Actually, as Kislev, Dark Elves are not nice to play.
Right, well that was Division 1. Let's take a look at 2A. Alright, let's have a look at these results. So, Puppy Power 1, Gamma Girls 0. That's Graham's Necros.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? 1-0 against some Amazons. He obviously put the work in on defence and scored his touchdown.
Yeah, everyone got a bit of SPP out of that. Ball possession, there wasn't a huge difference. Gamma Girls threw a few more blocks. Necro ran
Yeah,
a bit
nobody
more.
died.
Yeah, nothing major. No one lost anyone. And one injury either side, which seems about fair. Yeah, I mean, this to me just looks like a relatively even game where one guy came out slightly on top.
Yeah, I'd go with that. I think just the experience. I know Graham's got it, and he's had a really, really rough build up to this game, so it was about time he got one in.
Yep, and obviously MVP on a zombie. That's what everyone wants.
Yep.
Best person
You wouldn't
to
want
get
it
your
anywhere else.
Tears for Fears 1, Shy Horses 0. This
I'm
game.
surprised at this one, to be honest. I mean, that's a big win for the Norse.
Yeah.
Taking down the halflings. I mean, the best team in the game, really.
Thing is, you're joking, right? But you don't know how accurate you are, because if you'd have watched the first 7 turns of this game and then tuned out, you would be absolutely shocked that the Norse won 1-0. Because I just absolutely, my trees just put the work in and absolutely wrecked his team. But he managed to somehow turn me over and score. And then the whole of the second half, because I received first half, he turned me over and scored despite me battering his players. So fair play, like he did some really good plays. Then the second half, I'm thinking, okay, well he's just going to win 2-0, maybe 2-1. I somehow managed to turn him over and spent the whole game pushing up his field, and I almost equalised, but a couple of things went wrong in my last turn, and I suffered a turnover. So it was actually a really close game with, I think by the end, we had collective about 6 players on the field between the two of us. So, yeah.
Good sign of a brutal game.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun. Like, fair play to him, he earned the win. But it could have so easily been the other way around.
Just looking at the dice, I mean, he hardly rolled a block.
Yeah,
it says Norse are not doing great if you're hardly rolling a block.
I did control the tempo of the game very much so, yeah, I rolled more blocks than him. But the thing is, I got so many early removals that he couldn't really fight me anymore. He had to play like elves, so fair play to him, he managed it. I had a bit of a rough time picking up the ball as well, which didn't help very much.
It's a funny thing, really, because you always think of Norse as being that fighty team, but they are quite adaptable. They have got agility 3. It's 3 up, so you can switch up the play if you need to, and obviously you do need to if you've lost half your team.
Yep. I tried to throw a fling twice and failed as well. As you can see, 2 failed landings.
It's worth a go sometimes.
Yeah. Right, well done, Ben. You've earned it. At least a Ben won that game. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's the important bit.
Littlefoot's Legion 0, MNG United 1. Just not quite getting the start to the season, are they, Littlefoot's Legion? It's just not working for them, unfortunately. But it looks to me, again, like this is another game where they've not suffered any injuries, they've not suffered any deaths. In fact, they didn't even suffer a KO. In fact, they inflicted 5 KOs in an injury. Yeah, that is just unfortunate that they lost, but it looks like they just got elved.
Yeah, it's a risky take, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
You can't... elves can score out of nowhere. As you know, with 3 players on the pitch, that's all they need. So,
looks like they both played like elves. Hardly any block dice rolled at all this game.
Yeah, I was looking at that thinking, that's really low, especially for the Lizardmen, who've got the 5 Sauruses on the pitch. You're going to be throwing the block.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He didn't take all his Sauruses. That's probably why he's having a rough time.
Not enough Sauruses.
Yeah, he went for the Crocs instead.
I do like the Crocs, but it is unreliable.
Yeah. Still, good result for MNG United. And as we say every
It's
week,
not awful.
not the end of the world for Littlefoot's Legion at all. They've not lost anything. They just haven't really got started.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of weeks to go, isn't there, in the season?
Yeah, exactly. Woodtuggers 1, Uskalak Bulls 2. Not really surprised about that, are we?
No, I think that's
you
fair.
would expect them to sort of. This is the tough game for Elves. Looks like the level up on that catcher was a strength up as well, which is quite nice. We'll look at that later, but
Yeah.
I'd say he came out of that alright if that's what he got out of it.
Yeah, but you look at the SPP on that there. He got 11 SPP on that bull centaur.
MNG, yeah, that's really.
That's big.
Yeah.
So that was obviously doing the work.
Wow, look how many D6s the Wood Elves rolled. That's insane. And 45
that's a fair number.
That's like, for any other team, 45 twos would
That's
be
the end of the world.
terrible, yeah. For these guys, it really doesn't matter, does it?
It's really nothing.
Wow,
That. I mean, 2
block
failed
dice.
pickups.
Look, he rolled 11 block dice without a single power or a single skull. That is Wood Elves right there. That is the most Wood Elf stat. Brilliant, love it. And then look how many D6s the Bulls rolled. This is just like chalk and cheese. I love that. Brilliant. Well.
Oh yeah, no threes at all. Didn't roll a 3. Don't need those.
Well, great result for the Bulls. Not the end of the world for the Woodtuggers. Yeah.
Died.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Journeyman United 2, Bonehead United 1. He called him Journeyman United because he expected to get battered, but he keeps winning.
Yeah, but look at that second number. 2 deaths.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you call Journeyman United, because I don't think he's got any players left.
Lots of SPP. A nice spread of SPP for both these teams. That's got to be nice.
Yeah.
What went wrong?
I mean, those ogres will be looking quite nice. Level up on a Nobbler, second best unit in the game after the Halfling.
Yeah. Well done to both of them. There's not really much you can extract from the stats there.
No.
Let's take a look at the teams. So, Littlefoot's Legion basically just getting an MVP every game, and we've still not got any level ups.
He's not got a level up. He's got a lot of points down.
He's purchased his 5th Saurus. He's got his 5th Saurus. All right, the season begins. The season begins the moment you rearrange these players so that they are more attractive to look at with all the Sauruses next to each other. Then the season begins. Please do that.
Yeah, get that Saurus up to number 6.
Yeah,
and we're good to go.
So
I mean, that team has the potential to explode.
Yeah. One good game where 2 skinks, 3 skinks need a touchdown to level up. The Crocs needs a cash to level up. So does 2 of the Sauruses. He could. It's not beyond the realms of possibility for over half that team to get a level up.
No. MVP on that other Saurus there that can level him up. But that team could find itself very, very good very, very quickly.
Yeah, best of luck to him. Woodtuggers. It is a good time when you still have 2 War Dancers and 2 catchers at this point in the season. Although one of them has a movement down, I would probably fire him.
Not the end of the world.
I would fire him.
If you can afford to replace it, fire it.
I'd just fire it anyway. He's got 0 SPP. You might as well just suck it up. Take the team. Enjoy having a slightly lower TV for a few games till you can replace him. He's got the rest of the core of his team here. He's got 2 catchers, which is what you want. He's got his kicker. He just needs a War Dancer that isn't movement 7 now.
He's got a quarterback, Agi5 there. He's got 2 catchers, one of which has got strength ups, and both of them have got blood. Huge. Your core pieces are there, aren't they?
Yeah, this is looking good. I'd be happy. I'd be very happy with this. He's got his apothecary. Yeah, looking all right. Well done, Elven Union, Journeyman United.
Well, there's far too many players on their team there for one that he's expecting them all to die on.
Yeah. Yeah, this is looking all right. That lineman with an armor down, I would just get rid of straight away.
Sack it. Take the Journeyman. It's as good.
Yeah, you don't want that on your team. I imagine he's probably just not got around to firing it yet.
I mean, only the one blitzer as well. I mean, that's got hurt. Clearly, that's a blitzer that's died.
Yeah, It is quite the blitzer, though, isn't it? It's a
Yeah,
blodger
it's
with
not bad.
shadowing and sidestep. Very nice.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pretty useful piece. Yeah, it's got the makings of a team that can go somewhere. If you can keep core pieces alive like that, doesn't matter how many times your linemen die.
Yep, absolutely.
It's the elf way.
So look at Bonehead United. The
14-10.
Yeah. Movement up Noblar, Agi up Ogre. What's
So
that?
good.
Juggernaut. Piling on.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Piling on, guard. Movement up Nobbler there, yeah. Dirty player, diving tackle, wrestle.
Yeah. He's got all the things here. What he really needs now, because he's got all 6
another
ogres.
6 rerolls.
Yeah, he needs another reroll, yeah.
Probably 2. That's what I'd be saving up for next.
Yeah, he's only got 10k.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Look at the blow. Yeah. That's just ridiculous. Why is his team
so good?
Yeah.
6 ogres.
You just got to kind of embrace it at this point, haven't you?
You have. You just got to go for it. With ogres, you've just got to let it go sky high.
Well, let's have a look at the Uzkalak Bulls. With a fresh level up on the Bull Centaur. So that Bull Centaur's now a blodger. That's huge.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, I still give it short hands and game over.
Yeah, I still think. Well, he's rolled a no, not a double. He rolled a double on Farrell / Bull and gave it dodge. I still think he should have given it short hands, but I suppose now that he's got a blodger, he can at least sort of leave it in front of enemies and expect it to survive, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose with dwarfs, you're not rushing, are you, to pick up the ball? If you can get that Bull Centaur near it, which you should be able to with sure feet and sprint.
Yeah.
You can afford it failing to pick up the ball a couple of times because that front line's going to take some moving.
What about that Hobgoblin? He's got 5 SPP, but he's got a niggle, and he can afford to replace him. Would you replace that?
Yeah, I'd sack that.
Yeah, it's a shame about the 5 SPP.
Innit?
If you are going to keep it, I'd probably turn it into like a fouling piece or something. Give it dirty player or something.
Yeah, it's just something that doesn't matter. You don't want it to be taking any more SPP than it has to if it levels up.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'd just sack it.
I would sack it, yeah, but some people might not. So I can understand why some people wouldn't with so much SPP on it. Let's have a look at MNG United. I believe these are my next opponents.
Yeah, so another team of elves missed next game, so he's expecting the injuries, and there it is. One with an MNG.
Yep, he's got strong arm on a thrower. That's a double, I'm assuming, for strength.
I believe
yes, it is,
so.
Yeah. So that's nice. So when that levels up again, he'll probably give it accurate, and then you just 2 up for pass for everything. 2 catches.
Yeah, 3 catches. 3 catches.
Well, I was going to say 2 catches
on
the verge of leveling there. So
yeah,
want to be
1 touchdown each.
Yeah, this is a really nice looking team. This is.
Yeah, your core pieces are in good shape. You've got your kicker. You know, your blitzers are all blodgers.
Yep.
All the elements here.
All the elements here to lose half the team to some halflings. Loving it.
Yeah, fouling.
And speaking of halflings, the Shire
look at the float on that team.
Yeah, 750.
750. I mean, that's it now. There's no more that, you know. If you come up against someone with a low TV, you can't have your third tree.
Yeah. Well, I can. I've just been scooping out of my pot every game.
It's fair.
So, the frustrating thing about this is that in my last 2 games, I have got enough SPP on the star player Deep Root Strong Branch to level him up twice.
Yeah,
he's getting all of my injuries, so my actual trees aren't getting, and those are the things that you want to get levels on. So what's happening is my flings are leveling up instead, which is kind of annoying. The movement up's nice, but it's not that great. I would have rather had an Agi up. This guy.
I'm surprised you didn't sack it.
No, well, it can be quite. So when you throw in for the 1-turner with halflings, there's always the chance that it can land too far away. So the movement up is quite handy in that regard. But other than that, it's not that amazing. Maria Dak Harfinger leveled up last game. He's got sidestep. There's not really anything else to say about this team.
Yeah, and you've got a sneaky git.
Yeah.
Not like you're telling people what's going to happen to them.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there we go. That was them. Puppy Power.
Thinking of an apothecary?
You what?
Are you thinking of an apothecary yet, or are they still completely and utterly expendable?
no. Yeah, I'm not interested in apothecaries. I've got enough money to replace a tree if it dies, which it won't because there's. I might get one if I get up against a team with claw, but other than that. Speaking of teams with claw, Puppy Power
Here it is.
has their season. Their season has finally begun. He was a bit concerned that he wasn't getting the stat ups, the levels that he needed. Now both of his werewolves have block.
So that's all you need.
Yeah,
they're now
very
reliable.
Yeah, absolutely. They can carry the ball. They can blitz. The frenzy means that they can quite easily push people off the field.
Yeah.
Not really much else to say about these guys.
Yeah, it's a horrible team to play against. I mean, we'll see.
Needs a bit more chaff, I think. Probably do with another zombie at this point.
Yeah, maybe even be looking at getting the goal next.
Could get the goal, yeah. Build it into a passing piece or something.
Yeah, a little bit of speed, a little bit more speed to go with those werewolves. Bit of support for them if they do manage to get clear.
There's just I can understand why people don't take them there because 7 armor just makes them a target.
Yeah, I know, and no regeneration. They are
unreliable.
But being a target, they can be useful because you can use them as a target to say, "Oh, look, tasty shiny ghoul here. Please punch it." And actually, they ignore the thing that's about to score against him.
If they are stupid. Let's have a look at Tears of Fears. So this is the state of play after getting destroyed by halflings. He's 2 players down for his next game. Yeah, are they both just MNGs? Let's find out. Oh, that's a niggle on Njord.
Sack it. It's only a lineman.
This ain't a bad team though. That movement up on the runner is huge.
Yeah, again, it's another movement up runner.
Yep, he's got his tackle piece. I spent the whole game trying to get rid of that tackler and couldn't. It was so frustrating.
Yeah, it's what you need against if you've got a lot of dodgy things going on. Tackle, great skill.
His real downside here is that he's out of cash, so I'm assuming he replaced a few more things after that last game, because I did remove most of his team during the game. So I'm guessing he's had to spend up, and he'll be going into his next game with 2 journeymen, but they are at least only linemen that he's replacing.
Yeah. And you're not going to be worrying about them dying.
No, you just stick them on the line.
You've got an Ulf Werner with block there, that's nice, and you've got the Mighty Blow Berserker. It's got the makings of a good Norse team, really.
Yep. Not wrong with this team. Good stuff. Let's have a look at the Zons. So, he's got a catcher with an armor down. Oh, 6 armor. That basically makes her a fast halfling at this point.
Yep.
I'd get rid of that.
I'd get rid of it as well.
Which is a shame because it's had an MVP. Well, most of this team is on the verge of leveling up. I'd be handing off to those blitzers, getting some touchdowns with them.
I mean, you want to get guard on your blitzers. Team's got a very limited lifespan. Come the end of the season, it's going to have started getting to the point where it's falling off because they start excellently and then become rubbish.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't really go wrong. You've got a wrestle piece there, so you've got someone to deal with a blodger. Can you say they're Amazons? 4 rerolls, apothecary.
Yep. Yeah. Nothing wrong at all with this team, I think. But I would get rid of that catcher. He's got the money to replace as well. So.
Yeah, and they're not vital. They're not vital
to. They've got the same speed as everyone else.
Yeah. Well, in fact, the entire team has the same stat line. The only thing you really want to do is just access to agility. It's the only reason you really take them, because your first move's always blodge.
Yep. Oh, good luck with that, Chief. And that is actually all the teams. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. So really, not much you can extrapolate from this right now. There's only been 2 games played. Everyone's still in it. Obviously, we've got 3 teams that are on 1 win and a draw at the top there. But really, what else can you say about it? No one's lost both games.
No, exactly. It's wide open, that.
Yep, everyone's still in it.
Sorry. Early days.
Yawning here. You're boring me, Ewan. Let's take a look at next week's games. So, Woodtuggers, Gamma Girls. Well, there's no tackle on either team.
Yeah.
So, the elves are just too fast, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm just going to give it to the Agi 4 over the Agi 3. It's the same game.
Yeah, pretty much. There's, I suppose if Jack is drawn into fights, or if the Amazons can get themselves into a fighting position,
They've
they
got
will
a fighting
win.
chance.
Yeah, they've got fighting. They win the fight. But I think on paper, the Wood Elves have
Yeah,
just
no
got too much
tackle.
for them.
Just get away from it, don't you?
Yeah. Journeyman United, Littlefoot's Legion. So, Journeyman United
I'd get
are.
again Elves.
Yeah, well, let's have a quick look at the TV difference. So, Journeyman United are currently on 990, but they will be. Well, they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
He's
So they'll get
taking one. isn't he?
2. So that'll add 120k.
Oh yeah, 2.
So that'll take him to 11130. So yeah, there's nothing in it at all. Yeah. So the lizards don't have any core skills yet, do they?
No. 5 Sauruses. I think
Yeah.
it's.
I mean, yeah, Journeyman United will probably win it. But if I was the lizards, I wouldn't even be concerned about winning it. I'd be trying to get some injuries inflicted, get some SPP. Just focus on getting those Sauruses some core skills, right?
Yeah, that's. I would be doing exactly the same. It's a long
Yeah.
season. Was it top 4 in this league?
Top 8
Going or
from
top
both
8?
divisions.
Top 8.
Yeah.
No, so we're going for 16 gameplay. Yeah, just focus on killing some Wood Elves while you've got them there. Well,
Yeah.
they're not Wood Elves, are they? They're Pro Elves.
Yeah. Elves are elves. They're squishy. Bonehead United, Tears for Fears. The Norse are
To be
depleted.
fair,
But
the Norse are depleted. That Ogre team is ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's bloated as
He
well.
managed
That's the main
not
thing.
to roll a 1. He's won it. If he rolls a lot of 1s, it's game over.
What you think the ogres will win?
I think the Ogres will win it.
The ogres have got a team value of 1,410, whereas
Yeah.
the Norse will be coming in with 1,130. So
Yep.
they could get a lot. They could get like all sorts of crap to deal with them. I don't think the ogres will win. I think the Norse will win. Ogres are unreliable.
Ogres are definitely unreliable, but Norse are squishy.
Norse are squishy, but that's more relevant when you are not playing against a team that's mostly made up of Strength 1 Noblars.
Yeah, but you haven't got tackle. It's. I honestly think that actually the Ogres can win that.
I think they can, yeah, definitely. And if they get some early removals, they will, because they'll outnumber. If I was the Norse in this game, I'd be using my inducements for star players to buff up my roster so that I can survive a few removals. I think if he does that and he starts wailing on Noblars and taking out most of his team, then I think he'll win. And I think he's more than capable of doing that. So looks like we're gonna have to disagree on this one then.
Yeah, it's fair. It's about time.
So Us Bulls versus Puppy Power. Bulls have got the better team on paper, I think.
But he's got the great equaliser against Dwarves. He's got Claw.
Yeah, that's
I'd
true.
give that to Puppy Power.
I would as well. He'll be getting some inducements as well, which will be nice. So he can probably throw a few fouls if he gets some bribes or whatever. So yeah, I think he probably will win that. Yeah, I'd be quite afraid if I was the Bulls. I'd be protecting my Centaurs.
I would as well, because that's
especially
what I'd be
given the one that's the blodger. And last but certainly not least, MNG United versus Shy Horses. Obviously, Shy Horses.
Excuse me. Obviously, the Shy Horses. You already had a bad game against some elves, so I think it's about time you had the good one.
Yeah, I'll be taking out the frustration of the Shire on it. Okay, so we've had a quick pause there, but we're back on it. So, Wait What Ball versus Chorfs in Pyjamas. So as we were saying, star player got the MVP. That sucks.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, these guys got it on an ogre, which is exactly where you want it, isn't it?
It is.
What went wrong for the ogres, or is it just that they were ogres?
Just that they were ogres. 80% bonehead. It's just unfortunate.
That
really.
is pretty crappy, actually. 80% bonehead. That's a bit lower than what you really would expect it to be.
Yeah, failing too many dodges there at 80%. I'm assuming that's Nobbler dodges.
Yeah.
2 landings failed.
Yeah. Chorfs succeeded in picking up the ball 4 times.
I mean, that's the end of it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when a game goes really well for you. Not to take anything away from them, obviously, but the Chorfs. Oh my god, have you seen the Chorfs blocking dice? 46 pushes.
Yeah, that's not
pretty
great.
gross. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Still, 2-1 for the Chorfs. They've got to be happy about that, despite losing their MVP. And please, please, if I know they're not, but if you are listening, Cyanide, let's not have this in future ones, okay? Let's not have this in Blood Bowl 3. Or at least let us turn it off. Long Eater Mess 1, Timber and Tunes 2. This is the Sam the Newbie. Versus... Who is Timber and Tunes? I think that's... Is that Connor? I think that's Connor's
Connor,
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's Connor.
Level up on a thrower. That's nice. That's what you want.
Yeah, that is nice. You can't be moaning about that. So from sort of chatting to Sam and chatting to Connor, it's just experience, really. You know, he played quite well. Connor said it was quite difficult to score against him, which is what you want to hear as a new. Bring his strength advantage to bear. If you look 33 versus 30 blocks, you can tell straight away that the Orcs didn't do what the Orcs needed to do, really.
Yep, yeah, that sounds about right. 3 attempted passes from the Orcs as well, which you can pass with Orcs, but ideally you don't want to be passing with Orcs. So
not if you can avoid
pickups, which is nice as well. But yeah, fair play. Well, he's still learning, but it looks like he's not getting absolutely steamrolled, which is...
You can't be moaning at 2-1 for your third game.
Yeah, when you're this new, not getting steamrolled is a win, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Mummy's Little Soldiers 1, Absolutely Barking Mad 1. That is a result and a half for Khemri, I'd say, and a level up on a Tomb Guard.
Yeah, that's big.
Looks like he absolutely battered him around the field as well. That's quite a lot of twos there, mostly on Mummies as well. What did he do? Rolled a lot of block dice. What went wrong?
Yeah.
Failed 3 of his 4 regens on the Absolutely Barking Mad, so that kind of sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not really much that you can extrapolate from this data, really.
Khemri didn't really do anything other than punch things. To wake up, you know, when you look at the rolls, there's 5 things on that list.
Yeah. The fact that he succeeded 2 pickups when his entire team is AG2, though, is pretty nice. Usually with Khemri, you fail at least a pickup or 2. So
yeah, and I mean, his dice are pretty bad, to be fair. 22 ones.
Yep.
You know, block dice are pretty nice, though. Well, no, not really. Again, 46 pushes, but he got into the fight and he won it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually talking here like the Khemri won, but they didn't. It was a draw. And it looks like it was a relatively painless draw. Well, we'll see, actually.
It looks like he got...
Oh, I know. 4 injuries and a kill. That's pretty grim.
Yeah, and look, you look at the SPP, you know, you've got... I'm assuming that Mummy, whatever, are all Tomb Guards. So that's 2 others taking casualties, as well as 1 levelling up entirely in that game. That's big.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what this team looks like then after this.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this next result. Branching outside 3 games my dad played 0. Unsurprising that a Wood Elf team battered a Goblin team. Yeah, look at all that SPP. That's really nice.
That's just what you get, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah. What went wrong? Games my dad played. Failed his only loner roll. Oh wow, he failed an Always Hungry.
Oh yeah.
That's brilliant. That is really nice. Yeah, not too good, these stats.
But he pass the snack? He passed the snack roll, so it's all right.
Yeah, he succeeded 7 chainsaw rolls.
That's it's pretty good. But where are all the dead? Why are there not dead? Dead wood elves.
I don't know.
4 injuries.
The fact that he succeeds his chainsaw rolls doesn't necessarily mean that he does anything, though, does it? He's still got the 7-up or whatever. Yeah, well, they've got to be happy with that. Well done. And our last team, Chonkers 2, White Meat 0. Not been a good season so far for White Meat, unfortunately. But it's still early days yet. He's lost 5-0 and 2-0, but...
5-0. Ouch.
Yeah, that's a rough one. He got some semi-decent SPP off this, though. And it looks like White Meat inflicted 3 injuries and 2 kills. So, he's got to be happy with that.
Yeah. But, you know, elves being elves, they still won 2-0.
What went wrong, White Meat? What went wrong? Well, he attempted 11 dodges, which you
I don't think
ideally
that's
don't want to
going
be
wrong.
doing. Yeah, you don't want to be
I mean, you
dodging
could
that
be doing
much.
it with ghouls, but
Yeah, but even then, it's still 3-ups.
hmm.
They're not amazing at dodging or anything. He attempted successfully 2 passes. Yeah, ooh, looks like he just got unlucky, really, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he did what he's supposed to do, and it didn't work.
Exactly. Let's take a look at those teams, 2 of which haven't done the level ups. Teams. Alright, Dark Elves, Sean Crows, look at that. There's some holes in that.
I mean, that looks like a Dark Elf roster to me. The only thing it's missing is a couple of Witch Elves now.
Hmm.
Did he have Witch Elves? Have they died?
I think he...
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but either way, at this point, he's doing alright with that, isn't he? He's got a strength up blitzer, he's got his Agi 5 lineman, so he's got a quarterback, again.
Yeah. Strength up blitzer, he's got his blitzing piece.
Yeah,
I mean,
got his
what more do you
apothecary.
want, really?
He's just got to save up for Witch Elves now, isn't he? That's all he's got to do.
Yeah.
That's his job. I wouldn't even bother replacing dead linemen at this point. Although
No.
I've no doubt he knows what he's doing, but yeah, I'd just be saving up for Witch Elves.
I would also be saving up for Witch Elves.
Well, good looking team. See how it goes. Undead. What have we got? He's got a level up on a mummy. He's got a movement down ghoul. Well, that needs firing, doesn't it?
Yeah, just sack it.
Yeah, the whole point of the ghoul is that it's your fastest piece. So sack that and mummy. Lovely.
Yeah.
So if you
It's
roll
what you want.
if you're listening to this, Pat, if you roll a double, take block because
Yeah.
they don't get access to general. If you don't roll a double, take guard.
Even if you roll a 10 or a 12 as a double, forget the strength up, take block.
No, don't be mad. Take the strength up if you get it, because then you get in 3 dies on most people with 1 assist. So definitely take a strength up if you get it.
I don't know. I'd still take the block.
Really?
Yeah, I think you need to be reliable.
Well, there is some debate as to whether or not you take strength up. If you roll a double, definitely take block.
You don't take the movement up. Take block.
Yeah, this is looking all right. He's got a skeleton who's on the verge of leveling again.
Yeah, really the best piece on the team there. You take dirty player, basically, you get it sent off.
Well, this guy's got wrestle now, so if he levels up again, I'd be tempted
the other one's on the verge.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I might do actually. If he levels up again, I'd give it kick.
With wrestle.
Well, why not?
Maybe go strip. You could go strip ball as well.
You
Just
could
make
go
it.
strip ball, but you're never gonna. When are you gonna get the chance to use it with a bloody
True.
skeleton? Like,
True.
yeah, wrestle. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. Ideally, you don't want your skeleton being your most leveled up piece, do you? You want all your SPP
Not
on these
really.
guys. Yeah. Still, a good looking team that is. There's no wrong with that at all, and
It's got
look forward to
potential.
seeing what he takes on that mummy, because you do want your early SPP on the mummies.
You do, definitely.
Speaking of teams that haven't done their level ups yet,
Again, a
games
troll with
I've
a level
played.
up.
Yeah, level up on a troll, nice. And a lot of
Again,
these guys are on the verge of dinging. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 goblins that are on the verge of leveling up.
Yeah, more sneaky gets.
Yeah, sneaky gets on everything. Would you be taking the bombardier? 60k? No, you'd get the apothecary, right?
No, you take the apothecary next because you've got a leveled up troll. You need to have it now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, not much else you can say about these. The goblins, aren't they? Let's have a look at the necros. Absolutely barking mad. Well, he's got a strength up werewolf and a movement up werewolf. What AIDS is
That's
this?
disgusting.
Yeah, that's absolutely gross. So you've got your blitzing piece there, and you've got your running piece, right?
Yeah, you've got the teams built now around those 2 pieces.
That's about the best start you could have hoped for on Necro, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's just the
best,
perfect.
and you know, flesh golem there, 1 casualty off leveling as well.
Yep.
What more could you want?
Bit of SPP on the whites. That's what more you could want.
Yeah, true. But that's a good start.
Yeah, that is
Got
a
3
really good
rerolls
start.
in place. You're looking healthy there.
I would be very satisfied with this team. I think he's sitting very pretty. In fact, I'd be expecting him to challenge for the Tenderfoot Trophy this season with this kind of start. Everything to lose. Right, Timber and Toons, Elven Union. already getting a bit bloated. These guys, aren't they? 1,270.
Yeah, that is. I mean, he's obviously been getting lucky and not dying.
Yeah.
To get that much bloat on there. But yeah, I mean, it's the best looking Elven Union team.
Yeah, that catch is nice. It's got a blodger.
Yeah, blodging
Blodger with nerves of
catcher.
steel, lovely. He's got accurate on his thrower. That's nice.
It's just more elf, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got his kicker. So
Yeah.
everything is here now. All of the pieces are here for a good season.
Yeah.
He's got his
That
Apo.
is
Yeah,
perfect
this
would
is
have team.
well
3
on the way.
rerolls as well, so.
This is looking like the sort of team that you
Fail.
keep into next season, innit?
Yeah, assuming that somebody doesn't get hold of it and whip it ear from ear, but yeah. I think that's I'd put that down as a contender as well, along with that necromantic team there.
Yep.
The 10-foot trophy. If he can stay alive, that team's horrible.
Let's have a look at the Ogders.
So there's only 5 on this team.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he has got that 5th one down there. Yeah.
In a ridiculous position
Movement
again.
up ogre. That's nice.
Yeah, again another one with piling on.
Yeah. Pretty standard stuff, really. He's got his
Yeah.
one dirty player Noblar. He's got his apothecary. It's an ogre team. What else can you say about it? The only thing that's really missing from this team is switching that ogre there with that Nobler there, so that all 5 ogres are at the top of the roster to make things easier for
definitely.
the sort of people who do Smash of the Day, you know. But other
Yep,
than that,
definitely.
yeah, looking like an ogre team. Not much more you can say about that, is there? Let's have a look at these orcs. Long eaten mess. What have we got going on here? So he's given block to his thrower. That's pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, guard to a blitzer.
Yeah. Guard on a blitzer. And this blitzer's got a niggle. Does that
not
matter
great.
on an orc team, though, that much?
It's not the worst because you've got armor 9.
Yeah, it's
I
not the
mean-
end of the world. But he does have 0 SPP and he can afford to replace him. So I probably would replace him.
I mean, what else are you going to buy really with the money?
A troll.
Yeah, true. I'd say for the troll, I'd keep these down. He's 0 SPP. It's not the end of the world to niggle on an orc. Say for the troll.
Yeah. The other thing that he needs to do is rearrange his players in a pleasing order. There's a theme here.
Yeah, them's the rules.
Yeah, get that Black Orc switch with that Blitzer, youth. Let's get the aesthetic stuff going. Let's see what he did with this Camry mummy then. God. Well,
Boring.
yeah. Well, that's what you want to do, innit? Really. God. So, obviously, block if you can get it. Other than that, guard, mighty blow, break tackle.
Would you take guard or mighty blow first?
I'd take guard first, and then I'd take mighty blow on the next one.
Fair enough. So thinking like, would mighty blow not let you level up a bit quicker?
But yeah, but you've not just got the tomb guards to think about, have you? Like,
True.
you've your biggest problem with a Khemri team, and speaking from experience as someone who played 3 seasons in a row in this competition, your biggest problem with the Khemri team is getting the ball from the back of your half to the touchdown line in their half, and in order to do that, you need things that can clear paths. So
And you need things that can pick it up.
yeah, so really getting your Tomb Guardian with guard means that you can break through their line of defense or whatever.
Yeah.
And having 4 Tomb Guards is huge as well, because you can put them on the corners of the cages, and if one of them's got guards, it means that people can't really blitz the other ones. They have to blitz that one, so you can kind of force people into blitzing a certain corner of your cage if they want to try and break into it. So yeah, I think guard's the right
Definitely
choice.
true. I think as well, he's got the full roster there. Again, it just needs to move that throw roll up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 throw rolls, 2 blitz rolls.
What he really needs to do,
then-
like I did, is get an Agi up on one of
Yeah.
his pieces.
That would be incredibly helpful.
Yeah, that really does change your entire game.
Would you be looking for the 3rd reroll?
Yeah, you kind of need them with these guys. They're not that great. In fact, they're really bad in your first season. So I would definitely. Well, the thing about Khemri is you can either start with a throw-ra who's got the sure hands and only have 2 rerolls, or you can not have a throw-ra and have 3 rolls. I went with the latter, thinking, I'm just going to play these for 1 season. It'll be fun. It'll be memes. I'll just beat people up and then sack them off when I come last. And then in my first game, I got an Agi up on a Blitzra, and I was like, oh right, okay, so I can carry the ball now. I didn't bother getting a throw-ra until about halfway through my first season, because
Yeah.
I had a blitzer that was better at carrying the ball anyway.
Yeah, I had the joy of playing that team's last game, and I've got to say they were horrible to play.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. I'll miss them dearly. Let's have a look at branching outside. So this is the fella that had a team in the preseason with no rerolls. Now he's always bought a second reroll.
Got 2 rerolls.
Yeah, wow, absolute mad lad. Well, it's working out for him. Look at that. He's got 2 leveled up war dancers. His catcher now has sure feet, so sprint sure feet, very nice, and he's got his kicker. And he's got all 11 players. So that's that's
perfect
good.
Wood Elves.
That's pretty much exactly what you want. I think he's the guy that beat White Meat 5-0. So obviously his first game was a bit of an SPP fest.
Yeah, that's how you want to start with Wood Elves, 5-0.
Yeah, great.
I mean, that's made up for the fact that he's re-rolled as well, hasn't it?
Yeah,
that 5-0.
Yeah, he's overtaken a lot of his peers in this league now already. Looking good. You'd expect these guys to be in with a chance, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it's fair. I mean, again, they've got the elf problem as they've got to stay alive, but
yeah, we'll see how they do with that. Chuffs in pajamas. 1 skill up. It's on a hobgoblin.
Yeah, sure hands.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. He's got 130k in the bank, so plenty of money. Resist the urge to get the Minotaur. It's crap.
Yeah.
I'd maybe get another hobgoblin just so that you've got
a spare player.
Yeah, just a spare player or whatever, and you can maybe.
I mean, they are armor 7, so you're not going to take out your first 8 players, are you? But you could lose a hobgoblin, so.
Yeah, you just don't want to. That's exactly it. You don't want to be in a position where all of your players on the field are Agi 2. So I'd say get another hobgoblin and just so that you've got someone on the bench.
Yeah, it's 40k. It's nothing.
Yeah, looking all right. He's got no SPP on the bull centaurs, which kind of sucks.
It does. But again, this is a re-roll team, so it's only its second game.
Yeah. Re-rolled from halflings because he's scum. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. So, yeah, this one's a bit more polarising than the other one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's looking a little bit less equal there. But there's nobody really out of it at the end of the day.
No, definitely not. It's way too early for that. There's another 7 games to be played. The white meat at the bottom is not a fair representation of the quality of that team because they've got, especially with the mummy about to level up, there's no reason why they can't rise up. Obviously, the goblins are goblins, aren't they?
Yeah, it's what you expect. I mean, they come good at one point.
Yeah. Top 3 teams are all elves. So if the people in this league are watching and listening, you need to start getting tackle because the top 3 teams in this league, the best performers in this league at the moment, are dodgy teams.
Yeah.
So
tackle and diving tackle.
Yeah. Next time one of you guys levels up, get tackle. Orcs, get yourself some tackle. Everyone get tackle. That's how you change the balance of power in this league because they're going to be building dodgers.
Yeah, especially again when you've got Khemri, when you've got Chaos Dwarfs, when you've got Necros, Ogres, Orcs, Undead, you're getting punched.
Yeah.
You're going to do everything in your power to not get punched. So yeah, definitely tackle. Big purchase.
Well, let's have a look at this week's fixtures, shall we? For our last section of the show. Chuffs in pajamas, Timber and Tunes. Timber and Tunes flying high. Chuffs in pajamas doing okay.
Yeah, I think it's elves though, isn't it? Tackle's not there yet. Well, I suppose he's the one team that's got tackle.
Yeah, he's got tackle coming up the wazoo. So I mean,
elves beat dwarves though, don't they? And he hasn't got the skills on the he hasn't got the skills on the bull centaurs. He's only got 11 players. I think it's 2-1 to the elves.
He's going to get 250k in inducements though.
No.
So
he bribed.
Yeah. I mean, he could even scoop for. He's got. I would seriously consider scooping for the Master Chef. I know people joke that I say this all the time, but early game elves, if you take away all their rerolls, they are in serious trouble. And if you don't believe me, take a look at branching out's previous team during the during the preseason.
Yeah.
I would seriously consider scooping for that.
Yeah, he's only got 3 rerolls. Yeah. Maybe worthwhile. It certainly works.
Take away 2 of them, he's in trouble. Yeah. But failing that, get yourself some chainsaw and some bribe, and just wreak havoc on the front line. I think
Yeah.
the Chuffs will win. Actually, Ewan, I disagree with you.
Fair enough.
I think
Fair enough.
yeah, I don't think there's a vast chasm of difference in quality between those two teams, and the fact that one of them is getting 250k in inducements, I think, will make the difference
At this stage as well.
Yeah.
That's good. I suppose it makes sense, but I'm still going to go for the elves. The elves.
Yeah. Absolutely barking mad. Wait, what ball? This one's got to be Necros, hasn't it? Really.
Necros, hasn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, you've got ogres, yeah, great, but you've got isn't this the guy that's got the strength up? Werewolf?
He's got a strength 4 claw werewolf. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be hitting ogres all day long with that thing.
I would be afraid if I was Matt Deese Williams in this position.
That could do some damage.
Yeah, I would be very afraid. In fact, what I'd be trying to get those werewolves down and foul them off the field. I'd make that priority number one. I wouldn't even bother about. Well, they are called wait what ball, so presumably he's not. This isn't a foreign concept to him. Yeah, but I'd just be focusing on getting those werewolves out of the picture because they could seriously end his season.
They could definitely do that. So I would also be going after those werewolves. But I think that if you've got enough about you, you'll realise that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the Necros have got it. They've got the speed at the end of the day, if nothing else. The movement
Necros,
9 werewolves.
We don't even need to discuss it really. They're just better on paper. Facts.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter.
And a movement 9 werewolf as well.
Exactly.
Don't forget that. That's doubly ridiculous.
Games my dad played, Long Eaten Mess. So we have goblins, who are goblins and therefore innately crap, and we have Long Eaten Mess.
Could be Sam's first win.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why the Orc shouldn't take this, even though he is still kind of finding his feet as a coach. This is a perfect training game for him, really. I think.
Kill things.
Yeah, just don't let the trolls mess you up, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, stamp on that chainsaw.
I'm gonna, even though Chris is obviously a much more experienced coach, I'm gonna give this one to the Orcs.
I think so too. I think goblins are just not good.
So, White Meat, Mummy's Little Soldiers.
I think that might be his first win for the Khemri.
Have neither of these guys won a game yet?
I don't think the Khemri have won.
Mummy's Little Soldiers have won a game.
Have they?
Haven't won a game. Yeah. And yeah, I mean the Khemri. So obviously, again, Pat is relatively new. He's still finding his feet. He's coming off the back of 2 losses, but he's got a full roster, and he's got some level ups to do. Khemri on paper, the undead are better, right? And,
I would go with that.
And they're also going to be getting a small amount of inducements, probably not enough to actually purchase anything. The only thing that the undead are struggling with is they've only got 1 ghoul, and he's going to target that ghoul. He's going to try and kill it, because once the ghoul's gone, he's got no real movement on the team.
Yeah.
So he needs to protect that ghoul, and yeah, there's no reason why he can't win that, I don't think.
I would agree with you. I think the Khemri will win that 2-1.
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree that I think the Khemri probably will win, just because Matt's a more experienced coach. But there's no reason why the undead, the White Meat team, can't win it.
It's not ridiculously out of possibility for the other team to win it.
Just needs to be sensible and utilise the fact that he can play the ball, but the Khemri can't at all.
That is true.
And lastly, Crows branching outside, top of the table clash, second and first, those 2 guys. That's a tough one to call.
That is a tough one to call. I think. You mean your Wood Elves have got 3 positionals?
Yeah.
And you're giving a babe to the Charn Crows. I think that especially with the strength up. Actually, no, you're not, because they're getting. Forget that, because they're getting 2 journeymen. So that's another 120k on that, 140k on that. Yeah. So you're giving.
Who's getting that? The Charn Crows.
Charn Crows, yeah, 2 journeymen going on there.
140k. What are you going to spend that on? The Charn Crows are giving away 140k.
Yeah. But no, Charn Crows 70 behind, but they're going to take 140k in extras because they've got 2 journeymen to add on, which gives it 70k to branching outside. I think you take Babes in a game where Armour 7's involved. I think that could be the difference.
Yeah, I think so too. And of the I mean, Dark Elves are a great team against not against elves. Yeah, Like they're great when you come up against another bashy team because you can stand up in the fight, but you're also elves. But I think that the wood elves will just out elf them. I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Having said that, well, I think the most likely of the two to win is wood elves. I actually think this will probably be a draw.
No, I'd go with that actually. I think I'll
Yeah.
side with you on that one.
All right. Well, that's
High scorer, but a draw.
Yep. So that's been Smash Today. Thank you very much, Ewan, for taking time out of your day.
You're
And
welcome.
yeah,
Thank you for having me.
my pleasure. Good luck, everyone, and have fun.